Okay. Well, don't know how to do that. Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my channel, Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self, on my YouTube and on my TikTok channel. I am 1974 Enlightened Soul, and I am also I am also live on my Facebook channel. I just tried to get I have a Patreon channel now too. I just got to figure out how to use it. Right now, I'm looking at two screens, one here, so it's like okay, let's do it for the people. Yeah. For ones new to my channel, I usually suggest that people go and read my description of my Spirit to Spirit 1974 or Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self on my YouTube channel because it helps people get a better understanding of this. I'm just trying to fix this. Today I'm talking about um, communication, self-esteem, and apologies because it all goes hand in hand. And I went through it growing up a lot myself, and I knew a lot of other people kind of too, because like self-esteem and like people apologizing, it all comes from within the communication system. Their lack of communication or miscommunication. Okay, I know there's probably new people in my channel, so I'm going to read my descriptions to kind of get a better understanding because it does get very intense and it does get very strange and unreal because I'm connected to spirit. I work with, for, and for spirit. I channel and a telepath and what have you. I don't go on here and tell people the future because it's more of I'm going to part of showing you how to figure out your own future and what's holding you back from it. Hi everyone, I'm Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I'm here to bring people up to see how we've been treating each other and your earth. I'm a unique type of spirit guide. I am a psychic, a medium, a channeler, a telepath, and an empath. And like different things that are coming forward and what have you. I also speak and sign different languages, all of which can be very intense at times. On my channel, I talk about everyday life, ignorance, grief, nature, etc. I do it to get people to look within themselves and how we have been acting in life towards ourselves and others, including animals. Some people may not like what I have to say, whereas others may totally understand. I hope to. Okay. Sometimes I may come off not a very spiritual person. However, I ask you to look within yourself and see what spirituality means. It is the enlightenment, waking up to the truth, the good, bad, and the ugly stuff that we don't like to see about ourselves, about the world, and others. Sometimes we need a little tough love to be able to look within ourselves because we don't like looking at ourselves for the most part, like our own. Um, uh, what's the word for it? I got default, but it's not default. It's our own personality traits. Yeah, I have my nails painted today. I painted my toenails, so I figured, I'll do my nails. They're not very long, and they're actually done like little kids. brain's all over the place, so I'm not very good at it. But geez, yeah. Right now I'm feeling a lot of heart chakras. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of miscommunication or lack thereof communication, and sometimes we put things out there, and it's not always intentional. It just kind of flies out of our mouth, and we don't know why it comes out sometimes. Sometimes it comes out insulting people. I just did a quick video thing where I'm just nobody trying to tell everybody, right? And I don't know. I see boy, yeah, you can see it right now. Spirit just wants to talk. Well, yeah, I'm feeling it's like there's a shift taking place right now in the collective. So, panic. I say spirit, but it's different forms of our ancient ancestors, different um, different spirits, the galactic consciousness, the way it's the plants, the animals. It all has a consciousness. It all speaks, and others don't believe that. But like I can't help it if you don't believe it. But it's that part of finding. That's actually pouring down rain here for the most part all day. But the weather has been pretty hot. And actually, like finding it feels good. It's it actually helps to cleanse the body, detox the body. It actually helps to move forward. I know it's really hot and what have you in some places. We saw us, yes, well, I had a friend of mine because I usually shop at the thrift store, and sometimes I'll go into a store, and if something's on sale and I like it and it's low enough, I'll buy it. I go out of my comfort zone sometimes because I'm not used to clothes like this. But I got plenty of pockets, so I actually liked them, and my self-esteem before wouldn't want me buying it because like, the comments I would get because I have a belly shirt on, and I have my stomach is full of stretch marks, and I'm at that like I've been there for a while where I'll wear a bikini or something like that, but I struggle with wearing belly tops. But the belly top and pants look good together, and I'm starting to realize that like with your self-esteem, when others shoot you down or say something about how you're dressed or what have you, um, they don't realize that how you dress is like you can feel confident no matter what you're wearing. And because somebody don't understand how, like, if like somebody my age, okay, I'm 50 now, okay, and most people would say something about like, "Aren't you too old to be wearing a belly shirt?" Like, no. It's like I can be sexy if you don't like my stretch marks. Don't look. It's about being confident within yourself, and that's where communication comes into play. And I know, like, I'm going to get to the apology part of it because the way others talk to people actually has a big thing within their self-esteem, whether it be physical, mental, emotional, emotional or spiritual, or um, whether it be like how they put something together, it's just shooting someone down or lifting them up. And most of my life, and I know with a lot of other people, it's not that we didn't look a certain way. It self to lower someone's self-esteem, it can actually be a jealous aspect. Um, I used to have people say to me about, "Ooh, you got a lot of weight on." Well, I was always between, uh, my weight usually went between 125 and 140. Okay. And before I had my car accident in 2006, I weighed 131. And after my accident, I started drinking a lot of coffee, a lot of pop, and what happened because I was using it as a diuretic because like I just wanted to shove my head in a crevice. So I started putting on some weight, and people would say to me, "Oh, it's real," or like things like that. And it's like, it was already hard enough for me to deal with the fact that I was gaining weight. And then as time went by, I would have 284 pounds, and my self esteem was so low. And at the time, I also had mercury poisoning, so my body was itchy. So nothing fit me right. I did not feel comfortable in nothing, in anything. So I just kind of didn't want to be around people because I was being told that, oh, you put a lot of weight on. And those same people, it's like, they were small, and then they started putting some weight on. And they looked good with the weight on. I never insulted somebody like that. And when I started going on, the first time I started going unconscious, after that, I went from 184 and I dropped down to 94 pounds. I couldn't eat or anything. And anytime I did try to eat, it would go up or I would get the dry heat, so my body wouldn't allow me to. And it wasn't because I didn't want to eat. My body was going through something. And I even posted some pictures and I had people tell me, you're anorexic, you're anorexic. It's like, don't say shit like that to people because you have no idea what's going on. You have no idea why or how come I had confirmation. How come I lost all that weight? And it was in 2009 that I went down to 94 pounds and I was a bag of bones. I actually looked like death walking. And it took me from 2009 to 2017, 18 to put on any weight. And when I put on weight, ooh, you put on a lot of weight. It's like, well, fuck, man. Like you comment to me when I have no weight. You comment when I'm a regular weight. You comment when I'm overweight. Like seriously, I have to say that part, it's got to stem from a jealous aspect of somebody because there's something that they see within you that they want to see themselves, or they feel that way about themselves, so they want to make somebody else feel that way. I Like sometimes words come out of people's mouths. They'll call somebody a fat cow or a sow or like just really ignorant words. And sometimes we just say we do it out of anger, okay? Because it's just whatever flies out of our mouths. But those are the things that we can't take back in that way. We can apologize for them, but it's the fact of not doing it again. Um, I have not been in any form of relationship. I've dated, like just short dating relationships. But since my divorce, I've not really been in a relationship because now I'm working on. I did a thing that, as far as compliments go, I struggle with compliments. It's like if somebody compliments me, it's like, yep, thanks. And a lot of the time, I don't believe it, even though I know it's true. I try to dismiss it because it was like my self esteem was so low. And now my self esteem is coming up and I'm starting to dress different and I'm becoming more confident in myself. And I still struggle when I go around certain people. I still struggle when I go out in public because sometimes I feel like, okay, am I going out overdressed? Am I going out underdressed? Not realizing that, it's not a matter of worrying about whether I'm overdressed or underdressed, but it becomes that part of my self esteem because sometimes, like when I'm out somewhere, if I'm like fixed up really nice and stuff like that, and I go out, I feel it's like I feel people, I feel their energies, the spirits within them that are like judging me, but I also know that it's a part of me when like one thing or another. I'm not too proud to go to a thrift store, but like the part is for self-esteem. A lot of other kids, if they find out that your child got, even if it's name brand, if it was at a thrift store, treated different. Even it's because yeah, people there, so people there, yeah, there's a lot like right now I have other like it's just like there's so much coming in within the collective. There's so much within spirit that it's like like okay, I feel all coming in and everybody wants to talk at once. So it's like okay, spirit saying just let it go. If people are wondering, this is a spirit to spirit. This is for the spirits that understand this language, and you may not understand it, but the spirit within you does. And if you don't go ahead, and look at the and so they should I sorry. I want to just go out and just like this is how I want to be all the time. It's just all wants to come out. And right now I'm feeling a lot of emotion. And then que me querían que tenía que subir. Si no tu celebrar, se rugia. Acuérdate que era su producto. E que eu não vou na que eu stress this is for other stuff is coming out for other channels because for like sometimes for me to put that stuff in English, it's not about putting it in English for everyone. It's for those ones that the spirits that speak this language or languages that understand because in their time, in their future, they're growing too because we are helping them, and hence spirit to spirit. And Kirama Kanipena Kiyasaran. The student Kia Shorokisaran. Sikyutor, a Kurikirama Kopitise, the student Salas in the Lupino Kotoriet, and Shibikina Salaka Paya, Beginama Kotoria, with apologies. Ganhando esse tipo de poder, né? Foi menino e tudo ele esse ganhar suco a ver tudo que aí there was like I know like the past few years have been really easy and there was like I said before there was a couple of people that I really hurt them and it ended up that like I ended up receiving letters from people. They were more love letters in ways, and it was really confusing. I know it was confusing, like really confusing for this person, but I ended up telling them that I'm not your twin flame, but the twin flame is around and they're watching you, they see you, or what have you. But it's not me. But when that happened, like I did, and I did really need to be in the psychiatric unit in order to figure out what it was that was happening to me because one of them, like befriended, and then things got very intense where it was an attraction, and it was letters, and I was trying to explain, and what ended up happening is in my home things got really tricky because I was kind of experiencing other people's lifetimes. I was experiencing my great Grammy, and this person I put through hell because it was like I was reliving the fire, and it was like they were the person that I was putting out. So I took my wool blanket and I was putting them out, and everything got really fucked up. Um, the person had a cause. It got really like it was a frenzy. It was taking me out. Like I had an axe and we had a piece of wood, and I took the chain and we put the wood on the chain, and it was just a frenzy. We were hitting it directly. So I know that I was going through that, what people call the demonic, what have you. And I'm like, if things get out of hand, I will push people. I will push people away. The universe will move people away. God will move people away. Spirit will move people away because it's not a good combination. These spirits have something to work on. So, and then others were calling this person a whore, and I was like, I can't believe they being called a whore. Someone should have been defending them, and I apologize for that. I did need to be in the psychiatric unit at that time in order to figure things out. And it took a while because it was like hard wrapping your head around things. And then another one, it was like a relationship, and I did the person wrong because I wasn't using my own judgment and I'm not making excuses for it. Do I regret it? No, because I know that it happened for a reason to teach me that, you know, this was wrong. This was very wrong, and I apologize deeply to this person. And it was a matter of like everyone that was within the experience, everyone had their own work to do. And do I feel guilt or shame for it? No, because it's the biggest part of it all was the part of forgiving myself for my part in it. And was a part of the self-esteem too, where like it was, I was, I was looking for, I was looking for me, and I thought that I was looking for a person, but it's not a person. It's the energy, it's the source, it's the spirit, it's God that I was looking for. And there's something that I still struggle right now, and I can feel it right here. And again, I can do it. Because I know that for me to start doing this, start allowing myself to channel in public, allowing myself to channel on different platforms, I still struggle when I'm doing it. I struggle around my family because I can feel them. It's like that part of like, this is not you. Why are you doing this? And it's like, it is a part of me because it's that part of spirit that brought me out of the depths of hell, brought me through the dark nights of the soul, brought me through the shadows. Because people in the physical world, a lot of the time, they don't understand the spirit world. And it really bothers me, and I'll say it again, like these um, paranormal investigators and what have you, the ones that goes and gives tours and stuff of haunted places, that actually, it bothers me in a big way because what they're actually doing is they're exploiting these spirits, and they wonder why there's so much anger because there was something that happened, and we're here to help them in many different ways. So when they're being exploited, you wonder why you're getting stuff that's happening. It's because you're using them for personal gain. It's like Oak Island, okay? They're raiding, like they're digging up this stuff that they call treasure, which are actually grave robbing. I said, what guys are we at? The spirit, people today. What's these are the ones that are speaking up and saying you're stealing people, you're exploiting us. And this is why they're unable to move forward because it's that part of finding out why they're stuck. It's the way I feel like people thought I is the boy. And the completely done. Si puedes real de que en el curso de que no puede. My channel is not for everyone because this is live and this is full-blown channeling, and it's all the time. But it is elucidating. I feel the spirits experience things. Hidayataya Jalaya is very deep and it's on both sides. And it's a lot of feminine, but we've all been the feminine energy. We've all been the masculine energy. And we're going through so much right now. And that's why things don't make sense for us. That's why you're seeing things in the corner of your eye. That's why you're experiencing different things around people when it feels like what the hell? Like, what just happened to that person? Confirmation. Recording ako ito eh. I'm very connected, very spiritual in many ways, and I see all like a lot of different parts of it. And there's parts where like there's so much taboo on what people Wicca or what have that it keeps people from being their natural, being their higher being, being who they came here to be. And it's not about like, I mean, there's light and dark, everything. To like spells, it can be considered that it is against someone's free will. But when you get it's like when you get into what they class as darker spells, is it spirits that have been mistreated because of their craft? I know that like there's parts of me, but I know that I'm also experiencing parts of my family that are concerned with like if I did tarot cards or like I have different books from crystals, tarot cards, um, tarot books. I have a lot. I think like to do with the mystical. I have stuff to do with the religious aspect of things. It's just galactic. It's like the heaven and earth. And some people say, "Oh, hell is a state of being. Heaven is a state of being." It's the parts where communication, miscommunication, or lack of communication, our self-esteems get beat down because fear of what will happen or how people will feel or think when we be who we are, our like, authentic self. Because I know when I go out talking, some people will look at me strange, and others it's like get this smile on their face. And I know that some people just don't know how to take me because, well, it's not normal what I do. I didn't go to school, any school to learn language. I remember. It's like an amnesia. And everybody has the amnesia. And that's why like somebody comes up to you because they think that they know who you are. Well, they recognize that spirit. They recognize that soul. They recognize those two spirits recognize each other. And you can get the good feeling and you can get the conflicting feeling. And ones that are conflicted, conflicting feelings are the spirits that were here to help, that guide, teach, listen to, because we get angry because we're not heard. We try to express something and we're dismissed. So when we're trying to express something and we're dismissed, that too lowers the self-esteem. And for people to apologize, it's really hard for some. It's a part of, like, you go into a department store, you go somewhere, or walk in front of somebody, and when they say, "Oh, I'm sorry," no, you're not sorry. You just walk by and say, "Excuse me." Why are we saying sorry and not excuse me? Because walking in front of somebody, it doesn't warrant an apology. If you're bad, if you're somewhere and you crash into somebody's body or something like that, okay. Or if you do something wrong, realize that what you did was wrong or what have you. But I even voiced it to people that have walked in front of me and said sorry. And it's like, why are you saying sorry? You didn't do anything. You just walked in front of me. Like, holy shit, man. Like, we'd all be saying sorry because we're always walking in front of one of the people. But when it comes to the big apologies, everyone, like most people, struggle with that because they don't want to swallow the pride and really and admit to wrong or admit to miscommunicating. Sometimes communication is very intentional, but it's usually because people are hurting and like they want somebody else to hurt with. They say misery loves company, but misery wants to come out of misery. They're so used to being in it, and they're so used to hearing people shoot them down in different ways. So, like, I will say, like, I'm very empathic to the collective and what have you, and to the animals and a lot of people and stuff like that. But when I see people that continuously repeat the same, like continue to do the same thing over again, complain about something, they're given the tools, but they don't want to use the tools because a lot of people are looking for a quick fix. If you're your quick fix, when you stop listening to everybody else and start listening to you, knowing that, like, if these people are insulting you, knowing that you are not that. Ya quería saber el mundo, para eso que it's really it's becoming balanced in the sense of being able to connect with your shadow and your light, being able to understand both sides, not going far left or far right, finding your masculine, feminine balance, because it's when your self-esteem, somebody else shoots you down, what is it? A happy ego or a part a form of your ego, because the ego can be different forms. The part of the ego that had been beat down so much that started believing what it was being told. That's the part where it becomes down, and you keep thinking that you are that, and then when you like when you talk to yourself, you're actually talking to different forms of yourself. So when it's coming out, like, oh, you're telling yourself that so and so you're effing this or you're what have you. I have a friend who says that sometimes she haters. No, why are you calling? Like, I mean, even if you think you're saying it as a joke, there's a form of you feeling that you're an idiot because somebody else told you you were an idiot before that, but you're not an idiot. It's like no question is a stupid question, even if you think it's a stupid question. It's not a stupid question to that person because it just like anything, it just comes into your head. Everybody asks those questions that people think are stupid, but to them, they're trying to comprehend something. They're trying to see something from a different perspective. There was a thing on TikTok. A guy, a girl, she asked why they don't have waterless wireless water or like hoseless um, water. Right? And the guy made her feel like she was stupid. It was just her brain was just trying to compute something, and it didn't mean that she was stupid. It meant that she was actually trying to calculate something, like whether you can have like I know like you need it's one like the hose to have the wireless. You have like hoseless in that sense unless you figure out a way how to use constant water. Um, and that's how I know okay, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got like in-ground in-ground sprinklers. Don't do them. But it's the part that your brain is not computing something. It's just sometimes it skips, and people tell people that you're an idiot. Like people are saying that because millennials are trying to ask questions, or Gen Zs, or however, like people put stuff like that. It doesn't matter what generation you were. Like shit. Do you think our ancestors didn't ask questions like that? Like, like wow, when are we going to return from that? So each generation has something to offer the population, the world, the earth, the universe, like what have you. Okay, it doesn't matter. And like that's another thing. We're putting ourselves into categories. Okay, and it's like why are we doing that? It's like causing division with where there shouldn't be division. It's like you're saying that it's the same as a religion or a culture or what have you. It's the same as saying like ours is better than yours. There's ours is right and yours is wrong. It's like we're all from heaven and earth, the galactic. Okay, it's a universal. Okay, so sometimes we have ones that, and I understand. I believe it was Billy Carson who said, "Oh, what we have in Dolores Canyon, we have ones that it's the first time experiencing life on Earth as a avatar being, a physical being." So it's that part of like maybe they're from a different, I know this is going to sound messed up, but a different version because, you know, it could be from somewhere where they're very high in the dimensions, very connected with the higher self in a way that they can create anything. And I know some people think that that's, oh, that's wackadoo, like, hey, you sure you don't need back in the hospital? No, because ask how many of you have dreamt that you were flying in your dreams. I mean, like levitating and flying around in your human physical form. How many of you actually had dreams about that and felt like it was really happening? Many times. Like I even had times where I was like, it was like all of a sudden I was standing there and I started spinning and going upward. And I've had somebody else tell me that they had dreams where they felt themselves, it's like they levitated and they sat on their headboard. It's like, yeah, because your dreams are actually things that you experienced and just don't remember. And then people will shoot you down for that, which will lower your self-esteem because it takes away your imagination as a child, which takes away your ability to manifest. So like some grown-ups, like adults will get jealous of children. They get jealous of their own children. And that's when it becomes the part where abuse can happen. So then their self-esteem is beat down even more because they're physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually beat down because you told, you know, that's your imagination. You have to grow up now. You can't have that. I believe in all of this mystical stuff. Just because, like, they say that maybe it wasn't here on Earth, on this Earth, it's there. Di segreto tu, io non riesco a vedere dove era. Think of it this way, like things that they see and what have you, okay? They write in books or they create movies or what have you. You know, that imagination came from somewhere. It was witnessed. Because a lot of these higher up elites, they are very connected, especially within the religious aspect of things. Because when they're higher up in it, they know what is classed as secrets. They know the 432 hertz, 528, quadruple one. There's 417 that actually helps remove negative energy from yourself and your home. So it's just it's all healing, and it's hidden. And whenever somebody brings it, tries to bring it forward, some kind of entity, being corporation, affiliation, what have you, tries to shut it down. But the more you start coming out yourself and speaking your truth, being honest with yourself, like if you speak different forms of light language or what have you, if you feel you're speaking gibberish, you're going to speak gibberish, and just let it flow because you're actually not. And just keep doing it, okay? Because when you're channeling, like with me, if I try holding it back, if I try holding it back, okay, I get a lot of pain in my body, especially like right in here and up here, because it's like it wants to come out. Like it's you say like you get this, you get that. It's like yes, I'm aware of that. I'm well aware of that. I can feel it within my body. I can feel it around my surroundings. And I got to the point now, like with my self-esteem, I got to the point now that, if you can't handle it, like if you can't handle the way I am, well, why do I have to suppress myself? Why should I even be expected to suppress myself? Why should you be expected to suppress yourself? You get suppressed by systems that are feed into other people's heads. It's like I said before, like even when truth sits in front of you or stands in front of you or just in front of you, whether you see it in a physical plane or on a spirit plane or what have you. I'm here to keep it, like to work to teach others how not to go through the hill that I went through in order to grow. Because it's our self-esteem that keeps us from being. Some will say, "Oh, well, you're too bubbly." Everything's not this way. Well, for some, it actually is. Their life is going great, and because somebody comes along that their life is not going great, well, that person wants to shoot that other person down and say that their life is not that good, that it's fake. But when you start doing your inner work, you can actually figure out if others are being fake, like, or genuine. It's the same as if they're insulting you or shooting you down for your self-esteem or whatever it may be within your self-esteem. You'd be able to feel whether they were actually trying to just shoot you down because you can actually feel it as a hit. It's like an energy hit. And when that happens to me, I know that it's just his spirit affected because I feel it within my body. Because when you connect with your body, you start understanding yourself. You start understanding your physical form and your spirit form. Because you start building your self-esteem back up. You start learning how to listen, to communicate, to be able to use proper judgment, like catching yourself. I'm still working on parts of catching myself because it's always learning it, like learning how to do it. I use crystals. I use different forms of meditating. I find for me, like just listening to frequencies or just kind of like sitting and going in my heart or sitting in with my body, just taking the energy within myself and kind of expanding like the light, lighting up. So that I have to do it, do it. It's allowing yourself and your body to be expansive because to confine, hold it in. No. Gotta release it. with people, and it's picking about learning how to see things first. Ficar abrindo o olho, prestar atenção no que eu tô olhando. Pergunta da Leia do professor, eu tenho like when it's like I have multiple personalities, but it's because I'm constantly channeling everything. Okay, and there's some when I say their name, I know that there's like certain religions and religious congregations and whatever. If they're listening, I can feel that, and it's like chill. Because it's in your books, right? Just when you go to the building, you're only seeing what they want to teach you. Dad told me that back when he was in school, they were teaching about God. They had a class where it was about like God, okay? And it doesn't matter how you look at it or not look at it, okay? Because you can see everything is just energy, okay? And it's still that aspect of source spirit, God, consciousness, principle, what have you, however you refer to it, the mother, father, okay? Because, you know, la creencia I want to figure out how to use my Patreon to get things going, live stream and what have you, so that I can have people come in and be able to like share their stories with each other, be able to have a safe space where like to feel free to speak in what they class as tongues, gibberish, or light language, or like spirit language. It's all the consciousness. So it's being able to feel free to do that, ask questions to one another, and what have you, because everyone has a healing property to offer by way of sharing their own experiences. And it doesn't have to be that you're talking to other people. You can even like your own channel, bringing out your story. And if others come in, they come in. If you're putting your story out there for others to heal. That is, as you heal, and a lot of sound. As you heal, others heal. Because you're healing within the spirit aspect of it. You're healing within the heart. Because we're coming out of like as far as keeping everything in the mind, not being able to move forward with it because you keep repeating it, you keep thinking about it. It's because you have to allow yourself to feel it within your body, your heart, so that you're able to see that light within. You see what I mean? The light within the shadow, bringing it up, the light within the darkness. It's not about, I'm going to say it again, it's not about people faking it till they make it. Because there are so many people that continue to fake it, that the people who see that, when they do actually start doing it or doing something, then they don't see it, they don't believe it, because you're thinking too much. Opposed to if you actually just started doing it. I know I go slap and idle sometimes, but if I do, then spirit comes along and says, and keep going. Look at the ugly stuff within me that I don't want to. so that I can see beyond the exterior of other people's masks and how to bring those layers of masks off of people in order to see the true part. Because you're not like if you're still seeing these masks and there's a hard feeling between you don't feel it's because there's still spirits that are working through something. Whoa. ¿Viste cómo está eso, eh? Okay, I know it happened on there, and that was very weird because I was seeing the little shadows, and I didn't do it, and it was like over here, it was like a shadow, and it's just was uno que puede no pensar que y esto le quería esto deja todo por esto de todo esta la tarea tu tarea más que te tuya y yo should have been there for the story of this today as to my yes yeah, it's just it. Here we go. Keep that. Sweet. Creare toda I just heard, what the fuck are you going through? Spirit. You know, so that's anyway. Look what I say is it's like shifting the animal piano car. You guys, should I say it? Yeah, it's weird. No, I'm not having a seizure. Although I know it looks like it sometimes. Um, I explain what I'm experiencing because I know it looks really strange. It looks a little messed up. And some people they don't even stay in my channel because sometimes when you can't understand something, you just don't want to try it. You don't want to watch it. And I'm thinking that after I see where I am, to show you something. And right now I'm moving energy within the body. It's sensitive. Então, essa su, and that's why I think I like it. Essa aqui, that's why sometimes, um, as far as knowing a lot of stuff within like, the matrix realm, holy crap, man. My hair color matches like you're a Dixie blonde. Well, I'm actually not ditzy just because I don't pay attention to the stuff about actors and singers and stuff like that. I'm like more focused on like not TV and what have you. I feel for these people and what have you, but I don't idolize them because all it's doing us is it's keeping us distracted from our own self because you might want to believe it, but when you're in like you're in the acting industry, what have you, or music industry, like you think about the ones that are at the top of that, right? Because you think there's not skills and you think that like there's things happening to these people and you're not remembering what happened. It's called neurosis. E que eu acho que isso é todo erro, e tudo isso, right? It's я могу привести aí influência daqui sulla cultura, like it's been there, like hypnosis is not nothing new. Like all the crystals and the tarot cards and the energy healing, what have you. People call that new age. That's not new age. That's basically that's as back as far as you know. You see, the beginning of no end. So it's been around for well, they say infinity. We come here knowing stuff and come here teaching stuff. It's like, um, I have the book about self-hypnosis. I look forward to looking through this book because there's okay. Um, because when I first started going through this in 2020, I was actually watching Ancient Aliens. Okay, I love that, and they were showing hieroglyphics, and it was the first time that I really spoke in the ancient language. I was sitting there and I was watching this, and they showed ancient, like the hieroglyphics or what have you, the different letters, like what have you. And I started speaking in a different form of language. So I know that that's when it started. It was like the part of that spirit that was seeing that and reading it. Ito po, yung super ko tayo sa super tayo sila tayo sa ito po tayo eran miércoles eso siguro po tayo po because eran eso es siguro sa siguro hindi na to ko siguro sa mga ito na kita por eso mismo te voy a que no todo bien. Eso no es eso no me llama su mente, me quedo confuso. Digo, mira, tutorial ada YouTube. Eso no es, ya, bien, mira todo. Nessa, no se me hace eso. Isso, yeah. If you're just maybe joined, I do recommend that people go watch my description on the YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit, teaches going within self to understand what my lives are actually about. Because we keep going on. I said, man, I speak different forms of facial languages. I said my channel's not for everybody. It's like a roller coaster of you laugh, make you cry, piss you off, you get angry with me, and you say that some of these people probably just slap you on the head. And it's not so much you as it is a part of your shadow, your spirit. But so people would, like with my self-esteem, people would try to shoot me down and try to suppress me from not speaking it or tell me you're seeing things. Like well back I had somebody say, "Do your spiritual head, do your spiritual head, do your spiritual head." And it's like, yeah, well, my spiritual head is what actually got me through all the shit that I've been through. So it's like, what is it? Yeah, should I? Ito ka? Ito Kinamagkadesa. Which is where said, it's like last night I was sitting on my couch and all of a sudden it was like you could feel you feel the earth moving within your body and my head just felt like and it was like holy crap man, like my head is spinning. Like not spinning but I feel it kind of the vibration, the shifting. It wasn't um, bad feeling in that sense, as it was like kind of like it was like the pressure, but it caused it to kind of be, and it actually felt stimulating. It's like your brain getting a massage. Um, I when I was doing my Stars and Galaxy, I didn't finish because they weren't things like they weren't classes that were for me. But when I was doing my Stars and Galaxy and how he was describing the stars and what have you in like in the universe. What he was actually explaining when I was even taking notes as if it was being taught about the human body with the chakras and how our body works and what have you. But when you talk about stuff like that, like again, when I took something to the attention of the professor, showing about these things in the graph of Schumann resonance, he was showing the pictures, but he didn't know what he was showing because I said about the Schumann resonance, and he didn't really know much about it. And it's like, well, okay, but that's what those things are. And when I showed him a picture where it had like a blue planet like form here, and then it was supposed to be the moon, and it was right here, and they were both the same size, and it had like four other little ones. So it was like when we had the lineup just passed, but this picture came before that. I had this picture for about a year and a half now. My ex-husband took a picture of it, and I actually printed it off and put it in a frame over top of, or yeah, I got some weird photos at the sky, and it's not gonna move my camera either. してくれそういう人だけもうことすごい。Um, so communication is a big thing. That's why I'm on here and I'm communicating whether I look like a raging lunatic or whether I look like a delusional freak or like however people want to like put it out there, okay? Until you like really take the time to watch to understand what it is moving forward. I can't tell you to, but I will I will say that it will probably help you to shed light on yourself because you'll be able to relate to it in certain things in different ways. And you too, you will be able to allow yourself to feel it in this and then just let it go, whatever emotion it is. It's not about like insulting someone or um, shaming someone or leaving somebody feeling like they are less than what they really are because they are much greater than what they really do and can help with it sometimes. And people know that about others. But in one way or another, we'll hear to help each other grow. Whether you want to share me, it helps me to grow, to not have to have an armor on, but know how to then reflect it and drop it or send it back with healing and love if the person wants to accept it. Yo creo que ya será. Titular, should I say, now it's raining and it's like the word like it's really raining. It's like the world is crying, the world is releasing some tears. And that would explain, like, tears, see tears, right? Sometimes your tears can sting, right? So would that be how like think of yourself as being having an spirit physical, being able to experience things and see similarities of everything. It's true behind you. Well, that's what the similarity is. The trunk, or the trunk is the spine. The ears are part of the tree where everything goes out. Down here, everything goes out. And here, the roots, we're having in the earth, the universe. Look in your eyes. Okay, and then look at a picture of how they show the universe. Okay, look at your eyes. You will see it looks like the universe. You say that the pupil is a black hole. Se conecta, you put it there, that student, tu, because I no, some that sounds great. Only if you start to understand it because your heart is the sun. They say that anymore. To the sky, to the earth, and listen to the earth. But they say there's a big fireball in there. Like flame. It's kind of spark. You don't play it, it's what I connection. How did I overcome all the self-esteem stuff? It was very difficult because you had to figure out if it was you yourself, who you are, if you experience a different part, it's still working on something. If somebody, like someone gives you a compliment and then they pull it back with an insult, that's playing on your self-esteem. So it's seeing your self-worth and knowing that you are not what they say, unless you figure, like, know yourself, that it's something that you work on because you think you reflecting in that person so that they reflect it back at you because you can't hear yourself. That's why I tell people, well, I can't tell people, but I suggest to people that they do a video. And it may not even be suggestion. I just feel that within your body, it's more of a tool, a guide, so that you can hear yourself of what you would say to somebody else. If you can't, then you see like shit and some reasons of people that are setting out. Even like if you're someone that does sewing, you like you bring things, you want to bring things forward, you know. So it's holding you back from it. It's a part of overriding that that feeling that you should. I got bottled up inside. Yes, like a tissue in that box. You know, behind the language. Like if I don't see it beside me, I don't go like that. It's not only right here, and you know, the rest of it is non-existent. But there is the part of self-esteem. Sometimes, like I get really aggravated because I know that it's birth of spirit that took a bunch of the crap and never spoke up herself because we need to speak up for ourselves. So right now it's yes, it's a form of meditating, but it's a form of seeing. Quédate que capaz de tratar de ingresar, se le puso de esa luz. Yeah, I feel that it's like, the you know the feeling going like through my muscles. It's like the energy within my body it expands. It starts to kind of experience itself. Right now, as I do this, like when you connect with yourself, my feet are actually cramping up. So it's become yeah. That's when you become the leader. Yeah, it's great. Always. moving, moving energy. Just, there's a lot of road activations right now, and a lot of people are wanting to speak up, but are suppressing their throat chakra, so your throat chakra is becoming sore, dry, intense coughing. So that I didn't go. See, I wouldn't do energy healing. I actually did it a couple times, and I knew that it was working. They started snoring, and I think sometimes people become afraid of that. When you start experiencing something, it was like it was like it was unbelievable. I can't believe that. So they go back to again. So any people can do this. Like it's just a matter of being able to tap in with yourself, being in your movement, and just feeling your own, feeling your own energy, your own, and it feels like it's out of mind. Just yeah, that's it. So I just I don't know. Like I know I experienced some relief, but it's like getting it from somebody else. Like it's making something that's like right up around you, just so that you can say it. And it's got cracks. Yes, she does. Get going. Oh crap! Dang! I don't know what just happened there. Please bear with me on YouTube and Facebook. Just my tablet just died, and I had it plugged in. Yeah, so I'm just going back into yeah, I'm just going back into. Okay, I think TikTok is back up now. Battery went dead on my tablet, so I do apologize for that. You're still in, awesome. um, I can talk a lot. I know Spirit wants me to start coming on uh, more often to just speak the language as much other than just speaking. And I hope that like people come in and kind of like just allow it because there'll be some more of the like just kind of moving energy. Um, I'm like for people to ask questions, just not with the expectation that I'm going to tell you like if your boyfriend's going to get back with you or not, or or what have you, because I'm the one that goes in and I will ask questions close to saying that yes, your boyfriend is bad, or no, they won't be bad. I'm going to help you. I'm here to help you find out why you're asking those questions, because it usually comes to like people having a lot of self-esteem. Self-esteem is what's asking, like, is this person going to be bad? What have you? So, give them the yes or no. So communication is a big part of how we are communicating with one another to help other people, each other's self-esteem up, or whether we're shooting others' self-esteem down because our self-esteem is low too, and realize that being able to communicate and realize that self-esteem and apologies all coming in together. Um, always go hand in hand because communication is a good thing, and we all communicate in one form or another. I keep saying and one of the biggest things for communicating, what hurts the most is things that are not being communicated, because then that person is left wondering like, what just happened, what's going on, and that is where the like, relationship questions come in. You want to get back to somebody that had that's finding out the part of what happened in the relationship, what experience. Yeah, sí, que eso lo dijeron porque era la pieza. I'm going to, okay, dovrei so sicuro, perché sicuro, okay, so I'm, oh, sorry. Yeah, I clean them with my shirt. I don't take care of my glasses very well. Former clothes. I take all my clothes and I throw it all in together. So, okay, identification reset. You're just coming in with and I'm just getting it now. But as you come alive, sometimes I say to people, spirituality towards going live a lot more just to get it done. Yeah, si tu eres un poco si el punto de la que tu punto si lo para de ser estructura de su Hey, mira, we want to switch cards. Get out of yes, that's right. Get to play. That's part of like, somebody wants to throw at you. Anyone who possesses pro- proposes to do good must not accept people not must not expect people to roll stones for the skill, but must accept but calmly, even if they will refuse to listen. So it's like part of the side. I'm still trying to figure out how. I know that I had a thing that said that I had to have 1,000 followers in order to be like the live join part because whenever I try to join, it comes up that I can't even press the button or do something. So once I figure that out, then I will be having people come in and join my live, and I will be figuring out how to do my Patreon too, of how to go live on my Patreon because I do want to have it like even groups or what have you, where everybody can talk with one another and ask each other questions and being open minded to everything and sharing stories. If you want to share your story with me, just write me. I don't like usually like I don't always get back to people because like I get messages for people telling me, hey, contact me. Your ancestors want to talk to you and what have you. Okay, I don't answer those. Um, like if somebody wants truthful guidance or what have you, or has a question that they want help answering or what have you, and it's like don't come into my channel and be derogatory and ignorant because I have no tolerance for that. Okay, so yeah, that being said, I'm sending all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone who wants to live to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, and brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be who you are, not be somebody who says you are. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and know that you are more powerful and you have more strength than what you can comprehend at points. At times. Send you all love. Hope you're all having a pretty weekend. Rain or shine. The rain here is very warm. See you again. Hopefully, have a great night. Love you all. Be safe.